There's women out here who have a vagina that's been looking for a home for 30, 40, 50 years.
Somebody save me. I've been dating since the 1900s and 80-something, and I'm still single. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough. I'm tired. I've proven myself, and it only impresses other women. She's like, oh, that's amazing. My friends are independent. These men don't care. Come and save me.
When's the last time you shot your shot at an individual?
I did get turned down one time with someone that I dated, and I tried to spin the block again.
So it seems as though one of Kevin Samuel's biggest haters when he was alive is back on these internet streets in real time, facing the music, okay? Coming to terms with the reality of the situation. She goes by the name of Miss Claudia Jordan, who keeps running headfirst into that undefeated wall with no damn helmet. And every couple of months, this young lady seems to pop back up with the same old message, complemented with a slightly bitter attitude, but flexing the exact same results. Now, we're going to head over to O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. What up, brother? In order to take a look from his foundation, but I also have additional clips as well in order to continue to paint a picture into this wall banger aficionado. All right. So sit back, relax. I'm going to break this thing down. All my G's, go get your popcorn ready. And all of the lovely young ladies, make sure that you get your notepad ready so that we can all ensure that you will not become a single-ass old auntie like Miss Claudia Jordan on the internet asking why. Without further ado.
What do you wish someone had told you about dating like in your 40s and 50s back then?
By the time 1990 came around, Claudia Jordan was just 17 years old. And at that particular time, she was Miss Rhode Island Teen USA.
I didn't know that.
She repeated that in 1997 as an adult, being Miss Rhode Island USA 1997. And she became one of the more popular models on the East Coast, not just for Black America, for everybody. And her model opportunities allowed her to be on The Celebrity Apprentice and other shows and TV networks. You know, we've seen her in films. We've seen her on Fox Soul. And again, she's still very beautiful at age 52. Now, this doesn't mean that she was not married before, because she was. She was married to film producer Datari Turner, and that lasted all of 1 year. And by the way, at the time, she was 36, got divorced by 37.
Damn!
Fast forward. But now Claudia Jordan is 52 years old and is still single, ready to mingle as it appears. And she was recently featured on The Shade Room, where she was asked to reflect about her dating position.
Before the reflection, there seems to be a trend when you look at the wall bangers that I often reference, whether they're super famous from Halle Berry or a J-Lo or, you know, somewhat well-known as a Claudia Jordan. They have the looks, the access, money, the fame, the intelligence, the opportunities, the talent that only most young women can dream of. They should be living a peaceful and a happy life, not up on these internet streets talking about how they're active within these streets. But let's see her reflection at 52.
What do you wish someone had told you about dating like in your 40s and 50s back then?
You know, you think that when you're ready to settle down that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves, and it's not. Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, you know, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. You know, if you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's never going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told, someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before.
Probably.
You know, like maybe,
Why is that though?
Me thinking the timing thing, maybe prioritizing career. You know, I definitely was always like work. I never thought I had enough cushion built up to like relax and take my foot off the gas and start a family.
She said in her
this is a lot, but it makes a lot of sense why she was ardently against a Kevin Samuels, because was the mainstay of his content. Kevin also used to talk about women with her ideologies making it to this age and trying to date younger men.
Are you attracted to her sexually?
No.
Ooh, that hurt me.
Ooh. Now, I can't play the rest of this clip due to copyright reasons. But would the young man say the same things if she utilized the time period around the pageant time period in order to exchange what she brought to the dating marketplace? Now, would the young man have these sentiments if he wasn't dating a 50-year-old Claudia Jordan as opposed to a 20-something-year-old, right? The pageant version Claudia Jordan? Absolutely not. But according to Claudia, she had all of the time in the world. How did that turn out for you? I refer to this as a delusional abundance mindset. She thought that because of who she is, who she has access to, the amount of money in her bank account, the supply of men and the options would never run out. She forgot about the ultimate equalizer, reality and time.
She thought it was going to be an endless supply of men. And when you look at Claudia Jordan, you can see why. She was a model, Miss Rhode Island teen, 1990, Miss Rhode Island, 1997. She entered in the industry rather young, moving across the country to, California. She was appealing to black men, white men. I mean, very beautiful. I mean, she was really, really demanded. So, of course, when you're 24, you're 25, and you have all these opportunities, you always think that those opportunities are going to be there until they're not.
Woo!
Yeah.
She also said that she passed up on some good options, and many good guys are gone at the time that she's 52, like at that age. Now, I want to deal with that for a minute because a lot of women think that, all the good guys are gone at my age. Well, that also means all of the good women are also gone.
Damn.
Right. I mean, we come from the same community. There is no way that there are good women in the black community that's still there, but good men are not there. Either both are there or neither are there. But since we come from the same community, there is no way good women are on the market and good men are not on the market.
Yeah, it actually doesn't work that way, right? Like the belief that you are the last of the Mohicans of the good options that are out there is wild to think. And also, as men get older, they get wiser, they get more sure-footed within their steps within life. They get more wealthier. But also with those men, it's a simple biological preference. Men tend to look for youth and beauty, whereas women tend to look for wealth and security. Once you accept this fact, then it begins to make a lot more sense.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
Now, what's also interesting is that content that she's made like 6 or 7 years ago was her talking about how she let all these good options go.
We're gonna get to this. I had to change up some of the things that I wanted or that was important to me in a man. I'm not gonna lie, when I was in my 20s and 30s, there were certain things right out the gate, if they said, I'm like, turn off. And they were superficial things.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
You have to forget about having a type. Standards and types are two different things, but for me personally, I had a type. They had to be 6'1", muscles, high yellow
6'2", 220 muscles, and run a 4'4", 40.
They began to give me headaches. They gave me so much hell.
Notice that the young lady with the ring on her finger acknowledges a switch in her mindset at a certain point.
Then I said, you know what? I want an ugly dude. I don't care anymore. Give me an ugly one.
They
I'm trying
had an ugly dude.
Like, I didn't have to go that far. God spared me. I got a nice one, and he's still easy on the eyes. But
it's tough though, because if you like you try to call yourself being deep, you're like, oh, I'm gonna look below the skin, so you know, whatever.
But you like what you like. You like what you like.
Yeah.
You do like what you like.
It's wild watching 50-year-old women talk like high schoolers. But nevertheless, this was on Fox Soul, so that you're expected to have a degree of professionality. What are her thoughts if off of Fox Soul and in her own podcast?
You have a vagina that's been looking for a home for 50 years. There's women out here who have a vagina that's been looking for a home for 30, 40, 50 years.
Somebody save me. I want to be Julia Roberts on Hollywood Boulevard in cheap shoes when some guy comes and saves me. I have worked hard since I was 14 and I had to pay. I'm sick of it, Erica.
I do understand.
It's a thankless
I understand
job
what you're
being
saying.
classy and independent. It's thankless. I've been dating since the 1900s and 80-something, and I'm still single. I'm tired, Erica. You found your man. Don't hate. Let me live this. Let me vent. You're off the strip. I am still on it. I'm in the trenches, and it sucks. I'm sick of being independent. I fucking hate paying for my fucking Range Rover, my other car, my mortgage insurance, my freaking cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi. I am sick of it. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough. So that's cute what she's doing. I'm not doing that. We are different. I'm tired. I've proven myself, and it only impresses other women. She's like, oh, that's amazing. My friends are independent. These men don't care. Come and save me.
Like at this age, a lot of the
Your need of validation from other women was your downfall.
It doesn't make sense. Again, this is framework that she's using, which removes accountability from her own failures, but we'll deal with that. She also talked about the fact that she overlooked good candidates because she prioritized her career over the family. Now, if you look at Claudia Jordan's career, it hasn't been the best one. I mean, she's had certain parts in certain things, but it really wasn't like the best, right? She had work here and there. I mean, she appeared on like the E! True Hollywood Story. The Apprentice was probably her longest one. She also appeared on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but it was nothing that she had ownership in, and that's the problem. But the issue was this.
What happened with Claudia? Why she call you a scammer, but she hit you up? She just bought a house. She just bought a house not too long ago.
But she had property here in LA that she was renting. So the girls who would hit me up and be like, hey, David, I need this done. I need this type of paperwork done. And, you know, I'm all for helping the girls who got bad credit or got criminal convictions or whatever they got going on, get housing.
So what did you do for Scratchy Cat?
Baby, I did some bank statements. It was right in this video, in this picture. We had met up, and Annie right there, and that's Tamar. And
Okay,
that's
this actually really doesn't interest me. I don't really like the drama, gossip shit that to that degree. But if true, then it points in the direction that that whole image of boss be, you know, I got a Range Rover, I pay for this, right? Like, it's just what it is. It's an image. It's an aesthetic, one of which doesn't make men more attracted to you. So I find it so interesting that these boss bees will attach themselves, and if it's for validation or hierarchical standing against other women, then so be it. But it actually works against you for family building.
To have in her account. And there are YouTubers that have that money that she did not have, despite the fact that she was in the industry or has been in the industry for 25 years. Woo! The only way to make sure that you have money in the entertainment industry is to own the pipeline. And you didn't do that. You were just getting hired to do this and that. And so at 52, you don't own those things anyway. So you ended up losing the access to the money, also lost the access to the guys.
Damn.
And how do we know this? Well, Claudia Jordan's gonna tell us herself.
When's the last time you shot your shot at an individual?
I did get turned down one time with someone that I dated, and I tried to spin the block again. Is this guy that I thought was the one, okay?
Now, this is Claudia Jordan on The Breakfast Club. She's talking about an opportunity that she missed with a man that she tried to spin the block with. This is important. And what happened, Claudia?
Okay.
So we had broken up. He was in town for an award show, and they were hosting a party at this place. So I knew he was going to be there. So I packed an overnight bag, and I'm like thinking, surely he's want to hang out with me afterwards.
Right.
Like,
Of
course. Why would he not?
Like, why would you not?
So anyways, at the end of the night, I was hovering, like whenever I thought maybe we would hang out, and he goes, oh.
What happened is Claudia Jordan tried to take over some overnights trying to get her cheeks clapped. And then the guy, unfortunately, told her at the end of the night, I got other plans.
Oh, how you gonna cook yourself like that? Damn! To be applicable to date at one stage in your life, but then later on, I don't even want cheeks from you. Oh, that's a gut punch right there. I don't even want a one-night gut session with you. Oh, right in the kidney. But once you watch her long form talk about her relationships and men, right, like, you can't feel bad for her. You can't feel sorry for her. All you can do is just learn from it. But if there's one thing I didn't learn in creating content is that many of these entertainers out here are Baroque, right? Because they don't own anything, which is why so much of the power of content and its creation is being flipped back to decentralized platforms because there's no one at top shaking me down, making me work 40 or 60 hours per week and giving me a percentage of a percentage of a percentage. But even still, I've been moving intelligently, investing wisely as hell, and not spending it on frivolous shit in order to uphold some image that some people say would make you feel worthy of something. I think it's all bullshit. Let's go.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Let me tell you the problem with Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan is the best case, in my honest opinion, of overestimated or misplaced leverage. And this happens a lot of times when women are young and they don't understand the market around them or the surroundings, and they believe that all of the leverage is in their hands. This is why you always hear women say things such as, well, what is he going to do for me? I am the table, and the like. Women have a lot of front-loaded leverage. When they're young, they're very beautiful. And men, on the other hand, is retroactive compounding. So a lot of stuff that I did when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20, and most men understand this, it won't pay off until much later. Women have it front loaded. And when you're Claudia Jordan and you're beautiful, you're smart, and you're dealing with a dude and you feel like, well, he's a nice guy and I can do better in the future, or, whatever else the case is, I can come back to the guy if need be. The problem is that retroactive compounding is happening in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So the man that you said, well, I'm not tripping off of 5 years ago, is not the same guy anymore. He has more money if all things are equal. He is more important in the industry if all things are equal. He may look better. He may be in better shape. And so what happens is men tend to progress their status, reputation. They get more social proof, more network expansion. And those things don't pay off immediately, but rather they stack quietly. While the front-loaded compounding, it actually starts to regress. And this is what happens with Claudia Jordan. Now, women can retroactive compound themselves also, but it's going to be less about looks. It's going to be about what they offer the dating pool.
Well,
what does a man want? What does a rich man need? When you're considered about your market and all of these things, that doesn't happen.
I disagree.
And what you tend to understand is women will give an excuse as to, well, this is why we end up single after passing up good guys.
I disagree with O'Shea here. I don't think that it's retroactive compounding for women. What I think actually happens is then that's when the shame, the insults, and the guilt can happen, right? Like, I can't even count the amount of times that you as a man, you will be shamed for saying that you have a preference for a woman that is younger than yourself. You will be shamed if you have a preference for a woman to be modest or docile or highly feminine. What, you a weak man? You can't handle me? You will be shamed for enjoying a woman that covers herself up and doesn't want to go out to the club late at night, take all these, single ass trips with her homegirls. What, you insecure? You not strong enough for a woman like me? Right? Like, so it's almost like a manipulation based off of your own expectations now that you done worked hard enough, right, in order to put yourself in worthy contention of contributing significant value to this planet and working and honing on your masculinity, right? Like, women find that attractive because most just want you already pre-made at the end of the race as opposed to running the race with you. And due to hypergamy, I don't find anything wrong with that, right? Like, it just is what it is. This is our biology. I understand it, and I don't get mad at it. But then on the flip side, it does not compound for her. Why? Because there's new entrants to the market each and every day. And those new entrants that figure it out before a 52-year-old Claudia Jordan increase the chances of relationship success.
I say specifically with Black women especially, I feel like we don't really have the luxury to think that we can kind of take time off like that.
Okay.
You know, and I specifically say Black women because like we're usually the backbone of everything. You know, not even just with our families, but with our friend circles. Like, it's always something for us to do. We're always taking care of somebody else. I don't have children, but I'm always like feeding a friend or taking care of someone or helping somebody out or doing a favor.
What does that have to do with your race?
A cape that we put on ourselves. No one told us to do this.
Oh my God.
It's just something in us that we do. And if you think about the Black woman in your life, you probably think, damn, she's like a superwoman for everybody else. When does she slow down for herself?
So all of a sudden, well, you know what? We are everything for everybody as a Black woman.
What is she
We have to
talking
be
about?
valuable to our friends, our family, and we have to carry all of the weight on our shoulders.
Listen, I even have to hear what O'Shea has to say regarding this. Listen, for all of the ladies that are out there, this type of mindset, this type of mantra will absolutely increase the chances of you overestimating what it is that you bring to a place. Why? Because the inception of this is you becoming a victim of something. Everybody's got it hard. No one's got an easy goddamn life. You should not be rewarded for someone is trying to prop you up for something that everybody else goes through. This is the exact inception of information where you'll see it up on Instagram and shit like that. And it'll be, you know, a young lady that pays her own bills and rents her own crib, and she's in a single bedroom, and she has a car, right? And these things are to be celebrated. And it's just like, no, like that's the bare minimum. Ladies, MTRers, you have to be able to identify the type of content that gives you participation tokens, right? Because it gives you this inflated sense of ego, right? But they're creating this delusionary content that doesn't even work for themselves. Reality will work for you. Live in reality. The real takeaways here, not only for the women writing down notes, but also the men with their popcorn situated in front of the tube, is that a Claudia Jordan, and I thank her for being an example, she is not an exception. She is a pattern, okay? When you confuse this delusional leverage, actually earlier in her life, it was a reality leverage, but later on in life, it's a delusional leverage. When you exchange attention for commitment, your options, potential options for your outcomes, you stop building a life and you continue to chase validation. Time is going to be there. The wall does not negotiate. It collects. I think that it's a nifty little equation, is that when you have men building their value when it comes with age, when it comes with understanding of oneself, their purpose, their financial foundation, this is going to compound with age. But at the same time, a woman that can leverage the benefits within her own internal value, right? Those things in men's eyes go down with age. Now, this equation right here, it's reality. You know, you could say it's cruel all you want. It is reality, all right? And really, at the center of that graph is where successful relationships occur, where it's an even exchange. And the more even that exchange is, you know, the better, at least the initial outcomes, all right? Shout out to O'Shea for the foundation content. I appreciate you, brother. Fantastic assessment. Guys, let me know what you think down up in the comment box down below in regards to this exchange, this valuable conversation that has been placed in front of you as we continue to assess going into the future. Appreciate you guys, all right? Stay tuned to the next piece of content because we're going to continue to dissect, analyze, and go there. Until next time. Peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR. He break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.